Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. Well, by popular demand, we got Cranberry back in the video for this one. No treats this time around because she's getting a little bit chonky. But that being said, she'll be here for as long as I could keep her around the video. I have another Great League team for you all, and this one is going to be an interesting one because it is particularly weak to the team that Crescent Angels used to be the first legend this season, which was, I think, a Shadow Dragonite, Jellicent, and Shadow Alolan Sandslash. What I found is that a lot of people have been running teams that purposely counter his team because there's so many copycats. And the best part about this team is that it actually counters a lot of those teams that counter his team. So the team I'm running is a Shadow Cancel Marowak with a Shadow Drapion and a Lapras in the back. And I've had some mixed results with this team. Just want to be fully transparent on that, but I do find that it is pretty solid, especially in a meta full of Galarian Weezing these days, because all three have a lot of play into it, and even against core breaker leads, you have a lot of win conditions too. We see some of those in my set today, so let's get into the battles. Before we get into the battles, I want to give a big shout out and thank you to all my patrons who've been supporting my content creation. If you'd like private one-on-one coaching, scrims against me, some of my league guides and strategies ahead of time, or even tune into my live stream battles, feel free to sign up through the Patreon link down below. To kick things off, we're going to have a core breaker lead right in the beginning because Lapras can pretty much beat all three of these or go even against mine. I'm not running Skull Bash on mine either because it seems already pretty weak to grass, so lacking that ice coverage is going to be much worse for me. And Lapras can beat Drapion as well. So how do I possibly beat something like this? Well, we're going to have to see. All right, so I do get to the second crunch. So I'm going to do a sizable amount of damage, and they actually shield, which is fine with me. And I'm going to get a little chip damage off with this Aqua Tail. Not a crunch, but at least I could chip it down a bit. And they actually double shield, which is nice. So maybe thought that they miscounted or something like that. But either way, I'm going to come with Lapras. Presumably, they probably have another Cancel Marowak check in the back, otherwise they wouldn't have fought so hard to maintain switch advantage, but maybe just didn't have a great answer to the Shadow Drapion. And somehow they have Skull Bash, even though they threw Sparkling Aura the first time. So that really took me off guard. So I'm in a really bad spot because I haven't seen a single one. And like I said, seems very good into Galarian Weezing. But this is a core breaker. So not only do we face a core breaker in the lead, we also have a core breaker in the back. And this thing not only beats the Shadow Cancel Marowak, it also beats the Lapras. And so this is not going to be a good time for us. However, it would take it out though. And now, not in the worst of positions. This doesn't look like it's going to be an overheat at least. So I can avoid a lot of that damage. And I'm going to go for the Bone Club. I still have energy banked on my Lapras on top of it, but we don't even need it. So if you think this team struggles a bit, just keep watching because, like I said, it has a lot of play even to its core breakers. Shadow Cradily in general, Grass Leaves in general, really bad for this team. How do I win this though? Well, you got to keep watching and you'll see. In these situations, you don't really want to shield because, again, I'm in a bad spot already and I'm not really going to be able to do too much if I start shielding here. They come in with the Sableye, and that's actually not too bad because I have quite a bit of entry. And I'm going to just throw this Aqua Tail because I think they're at the foul play or they're just about to get to it. Yeah, so I would have lost on Charjabug priority anyway. So I just want to get that chip damage off. Again, not really any purpose in shielding. Get the Mud Slap at least, and if they come in Cradily, I have some play because it's already lower on health, and I have a shield advantage, so not the worst. And I think, yeah, I shield just in case. It's probably Rock Tomb. Oh, they actually went Grass Knot. Okay, I thought they were probably going to go Rock Tomb, but oh, let me just adjust this one a bit. All right, and in comes a Feraligatr, which is not great for the Marowak, but not so bad for the Lapras. And at this point in time, I still have a shield, and we win it. Into a Cradily lead. Weak in the lead, weak in the back. Still have to beat it. So again, this team, on paper, doesn't look like it could be the best at times, but I actually think it's quite good. Okay, Claydol is a pretty annoying one because it could beat pretty much the back line. So I have to chip it a bit to do anything meaningful. They actually went Rock Tomb, which was kind of gutsy of them. I don't find a lot will go Rock Tomb in case I don't shield. But at this point in time, I'm just going to come in with my own Lapras and just try to whittle down this health bar, just because, you know, the Charjabug is going to be annoying in the back if I don't have the Marowak. And also, I just end up losing switch into that Claydol at that point. Going to get the Sparkling Aria off. This chip damage is pretty important. And now we bring it to half health, but it does have energy. I'm not going to shield because I don't want them to think that I'm particularly weak to this. I'm not that weak, but I'm not that strong into it either. It's going to be a Furret, which isn't too bad. I don't have a lot of health on my Marowak is the problem. But I'm going to go straight for this Crunch and hopefully get a debuff or just do some decent amount of damage. And we're able to do that. I think at this point I have the shield, yeah, because I pretty much just have the Marowak in the back, right? So, like, what can I really do? I'm going to just farm up as much energy as possible. I wasn't really fully sure on the counts of this thing just because I haven't really played into Furret much. I think I have to go for a catch here. Yeah, let's see if we can pull it off. Oh, they don't shield. Okay, they don't shield, and because of that, and we get the catch. They don't shield, and we get the catch. But I think even though they didn't shield, even if I didn't make that catch, I would have taken out with Mud Slap. I think all in all, I should have lost that game if they shielded, but we'll take it. All right, we finally get a good lead, and then I'm going to get some chip damage off on this Swampert first before coming in with my Lapras, just because most are running Sludge these days, which means that I don't really have to worry about any Earthquake damage. They get another move off, which is fine with me, just because, again, they can't really take me out with the Sludge, and they can't really Mud Shot down. All right, looks like Cranberry might be trying to leave soon. We'll see if I can hold her for a few more battles. Cranberry, this is only a one-set video, so it won't be too bad. All right, in comes the Shadow Drapion. And I'm going to maybe even come in with the Marowak at this point. Yeah, I don't. I think I was worried that they have a grass in the back. And so that's kind of always a concern. And they bring another one. I'm going to shield here because I have a decent amount of health. And honestly, unless they have a Chestnut on the back, I should be okay. Ends up being a Jump Love. Going to have to go for a bait here just because, yeah, they have a lot of shields. And Drapion's not that great into it anymore now that most are running Acrobatics. Okay, they don't shield the first one, which makes sense because they don't want to get debuffed and get hit by more damage later. And then they go for the Aerial Ace, and they just quit out. So I guess, you know, I was just expecting them to maybe bait there, and I also know that I survived one Acrobatics. All right, get another fantastic lead. And here I'm just going to pretend that I'm throwing the Rock Slide, and hopefully grabs a shield. It does grab a shield, which is nice. And I kind of make a mistake here. I'm thinking, oh, what if they have the grass in the back, right? But it didn't really hit me too quickly. So I ended up going for the Rock Slide. Going to do some decent damage. And oh, it looks like I was reaching for the Lapras. Okay. Maybe there wasn't a grass in the back. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I go Drapion. Because I know that one Crunch will put it in a pretty decent range. But this is where it gets really tricky. Because if they have a grass in the back or Cradily in the back, that's not going to be a good time. All right, and in comes the Weezing. All right, I'm going to let the Cranberry go because she's tired of this gameplay. But it is what it is. No treats. It means that she's not going to stay around nearly as long. But that's okay. All right, in comes the Overheat. It's a lot of damage. And then they have a Brutal Swing, which is actually kind of good. They're throwing this now because they are debuffed. But I think maybe they're locked in. That's why. That actually makes a little bit more sense. All right, and they do have a Cradily. Like I said, Core Breakers all over the place for this team. The question is, can we overcome them? Rock Tomb is going to debuff me, which is not ideal. But again, this is why we really need the Ice Beam over Skull Bash. I think Skull Bash Lapras is still really solid in this meta. It just depends on the team you're running. And for me, I really just can't afford to have less grass coverage. All right, and they go for a catch. And they catch on the Lapras, which is really unfortunate. But we still get the Must Up down. So even with the great catch from them, still able to come away with the 5-0. Core Breakers all over the place. but this team still has a lot of play. So best of luck if you give it a shot. Like I said, I've had some mixed results with it. I think a lot of times when I don't have the best results, it's because I'm playing poorly. Once in a while, you face like a Chestnut that's just like absolutely awful, right? Especially in the lead. But it is what it is. So best of luck on your climb. I got some more videos coming your way. I have a Master League Premier team and I have another Great League team for this week. So stay tuned for that. If you like this video, feel free to give it a like and share, subscribe for future content, hit that notification bell to get alerted right when I post a new video. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.